Hey there, Gemini. This is Chronic Joy Tarot. And I just wanted to say that while I was just shuffling off camera, calling in your spirit, this card here on top flew out. So flew across. So I'm going to use this as a starting point. Normally I pay attention to the cards that jump out, and that one did decisively. So we'll use that as our starting point. So welcome, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and anyone else really who's drawn to the energies that are put forth in this video. It's good to be back. I've had to be a little less consistent lately, but I'm going to see if I can make some changes and get back on track with the guidance. My day life is really busy. So what we do here, if you're new to the channel, is read for your soul. So this is literally about nobody else but you. We choose an aspect of ourselves with every reading that we can focus on and develop. And at this time, the topic for you, dear Gemini, is open your heart to love. The card of Jesus, compassion, caring for others, caring for yourself. I would say keeping your heart, maybe even doing some heart chakra work, but keeping your heart open to giving and receiving love. We forget about the receiving sometimes, or sometimes we forget about the giving. You know, sometimes we're out of balance and it's either all give, 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 and we forget to stay open to receive, or the other way around. We kind of lock up when it comes time to give, and we just want to receive. And that's, you know, either one of those scenarios there's a blockage, right? Because what we want is like an open 2-lane highway within our heart to keep things flowing. And I would say it starts with you, dear Gemini. It starts with your capacity to love yourself. And then that opens up that 2-lane highway for you, okay? So we're using the tree spread here with the Zen Tarot deck to elaborate on our guidance. The first set of branches here, this is your current state, and then we go through the trunk and elevate up to the next level of awareness here as it pertains to an open, loving heart, okay? First card, and remember this was our one that flew out. Oh, yeah, so letting go. Yeah, right. So any blockages that you might find, especially when it comes to self-love, we're going to learn to gently let that go. We're going to let that sort of 2-lane highway in our heart remain as open as it can for both, giving and receiving the love that's always there in our lives. It's always around us. It can be in the smallest little exchange, even with nature or with a pet or a stranger, or it could be a very deepening, connection that we have with our family, with our loved ones, with our friends, and just really, really keeping it open, letting go of any blockages you have within you to keep everything open so that you are free to love your way through your life. Okay? The internal energy that supports this need to sort of let go of some blocks is ordinariness. So I would say in the course of your day, it's the little things that are going to matter, because those things will build up and end up being more meaning. They'll build up, and then your capacity to love will carry more meaning. So with this card, this figure is just walking through the meadow, gathering up flowers, nothing really spectacular. Perhaps later, the flowers will go in a vase, but nothing, no big drama, no big need to declare anything, right? It's just noticing the little acts of kindnesses around you during the day, and then performing some of those yourself, right? Just day to day. The love is there, right? And then in your external world, maintaining this practice of learning to let go of the blockages and finding the gems and the beauty in every moment of your everyday, what does that create in your life? An open sense of fun, freedom, playfulness, joy. I love that because this is in the external position, this has to do with your connections to others become more fulfilling. Your sense of, the capacity you have to enjoy your life increases, and it shows up in your day, right? I love this. So the work starts within. It starts with recognizing that your heart needs to remain open to giving and receiving, and then learning to let go of those places where it's blocked, maybe old emotions, old connections, old fears. Let go of those gently. Find the little discoveries that you can in your day-to-day life that really have meaning and that are really lovely. Even if it's just like when I take my daily walk, I love to engage with the animals, and there's something about it that I think it's my little secret between me and the dogs that walk along the boardwalk. and there are days when they just gravitate to me because my energy's right, my energy's open. And then there are days when they ignore me, right? Because I'm blocked. So just in those little instances where you can notice it, and then it creates a much more sense of freedom and joy in your world. Okay. This card here is going to be the energy that we want to master or ground ourselves in or understand in order to move on to the next level. And that's the Rebel card. That is your fully aligned self, your authentic self, show up in the world unapologetically as you. Break the chains. Look how he's got those chains busted. Carry the torch. Be you fully. This is going to be the key to keeping this two-way highway of love open in your heart, is just to show up as you, as that full, happy, loving, giving and receiving being, okay? Then when we get some of these energies down and we remove old blockages and learn to delight in the minutia of the day and begin to really experience more and more joy, and noticing when our giving and receiving is kind of out of balance and trying to, work toward aligning that again. Once you get that, you start to get into practice more of a sense of your own guidance. This Rebel will guide you, right? This full sense of you is what will guide you along into your decisions. Not taking into consideration too much what others think, what others' opinions are, what has been done before this. None of that really matters except your alignment in this moment, what is right for me, right? Internally, you feel this great sense of transformation. You're really feeling that as you master that two-lane highway of an open heart, it changes you. It changes you from deep inside, or it uncovers that which you already knew was there, right? This Rebel, it uncovers it, but you feel that shift within. First and foremost, you feel it within you. You feel it deep within you, and you're on the right track, especially if you continue to call upon the energy of Jesus to stay compassionate and caring toward every being, including yourself. And in your external world, you start to gain a better sense of presence in each moment. You have more patience for others. You have more patience for yourself. You have, more willingness to allow things to be just as they are, however highly frustrating or however it seems that your goal isn't in sight or whatever. As long as you stay rooted in love, you know it will come, right? We don't yell at the moon and say, you're a crescent moon. Why aren't you full tomorrow? Become full tomorrow. We know it will. We know it will come around eventually. And when it does, we enjoy it fully. And then we know it will go away. And then we will wait again for it to come again. This is the cycle. And it's rooted in this practice of self-love. It's rooted in that ability to remain aligned with yourself and open your heart to others. Okay? You got this, though. Big changes could be coming for you. And the overall message of this entire reading, one of my favorite cards in the deck, is trust. Just trust life. I don't think anything else has to be really said about that. Trust life. It's there for you. It's happening for you. And if you show up with this open-heartedness and this loving awareness, you already know how it's going to unfold. It's going to unfold to your highest good. You will start to remove the obstacles that are within you, old stories, old messages, past experiences that maybe you just, are finding a little more difficult to shed. But once you start to really tune into them and know they're not with you now, they are not what's guiding you now. What's guiding you now is your heart, your full alignment, your willingness to give and receive. That's what guides you through. And once you get that, it's going to make some big major changes. Now, these changes, like I said, this transformation card sits within. It's an internal position in this spread. So maybe others will notice big changes in you, but more importantly, you will. You'll notice. You'll notice your greater capacity to love. You'll notice your willingness to allow your life to unfold as it needs to, because you know in your heart it's happening for you. Nothing happens to you. It all happens for you. And if you're injecting, if you're propelling yourself down your path coming from love, you cannot go wrong. Not ever. Okay? All right, dear Gemini, that's it for your reading for now. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. And I will see you as soon as I can, the next reading. Okay, bye.